This is Dott TV News at 4. I am Chiamaka Ezapata, and here are the stories we have for you. The senators approved a 50 million naira support package for the families of 2 teachers murdered by abductors and 3 security personnel who lost their lives during the rescue operation that secured the release of pupils and teachers kidnapped from a school in Orire local government area, Oyo State. Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced the donation during a plenary yesterday, saying each of the 5 bereaved families would receive 10 million naira in recognition of the sacrifices made by the deceased.
Who went for the rescue operations lost their lives in the course of trying to rescue those children. An army lieutenant from Adamawa was killed, a police sergeant was killed, another private soldier was killed, and many were wounded. So on behalf of the Senate, we decided that also the teachers, 2 teachers that were in captivity with the children, were also murdered. So we've taken the motion, we've applauded government, we've applauded the security agencies, and we are pleading that the same be extended to any other part of the country where there may be any Nigerian in captivity. And so today we just felt, after discussion with the leadership, that we want to also support the victims' families. Like the young lieutenant was just 28 years old when he died in that operation. So we are sending a token of 50 million naira to them to be divided into the 5 deceased families. The family of the 2 teachers, the family of the 3 operatives who lost their lives, 10 million each on behalf of the Senate. So is this the view of the Senate? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the Senate, you will present the token to the families of the deceased with a few of our colleagues.
The Senate had on Tuesday commended President Bola Tinubu and the nation's security agencies for the successful rescue of the abducted pupils and teachers. Akpabio also praised the security agencies for ensuring the success of the operation. He noted that although the victims were rescued, the operation came at a painful cost, with the loss of 5 lives. The Ebonyi State Police Command has launched a comprehensive investigation into the sudden death of Miss Mary Habila, a medical professional who allegedly died while on official duty. Habila was part of a medical team accompanying the Minister of Works, David Omahe, to his hometown in Uburu, Ohozara local government area, where she was allegedly found dead within his residential compound. Investigations are underway, but the police said Habila's family are against an autopsy. In a statement released on Wednesday night, the police spokesperson, Joshua Okando, stated that given the highly sensitive nature of the case and the location of the death, the command considered a post-mortem examination essential to scientifically establish the true cause of death and ensure a transparent inquiry. He noted that the family of the deceased had formally stated that they do not wish for an autopsy to be performed on their daughter. Despite the family's reservations, the police said they were moving forward with plans to engage a pathologist. And back home in Delta, the State Police Command has arrested popular Asaba-based content creator Ifeanyi Ogbonna, popularly known as Odogwu of Asaba, over allegations of rape involving a 20-year-old woman who later died. The command said the suspect was arrested following a petition alleging that the deceased traveled to Asaba on June 1, 2026, after being invited by the content creator, who had reportedly offered to train her in content creation through a program advertised on his social media platforms. Police said the suspect allegedly lodged the young woman in a hotel where he allegedly raped and physically assaulted her. According to the command, the victim later returned home in a distressed state and narrated the incident to her parents. The police further disclosed that before her death, the woman recorded a video in which she recounted her ordeal and the emotional trauma she experienced following the alleged assault. She was said to have later taken a toxic substance in an apparent suicide attempt and eventually died despite efforts to save her.
This will be the last video of me, the whole world. Last video of me, the whole world will be seeing. By the time you will be seeing this video, I'm already dead. And the cause of my death is Otogu Asaba. He stays in Afanam Road, BTS, Afanam Road. Which is by Lipton Hotel. He has a boutique in the hotel. His boutique is inside the reception of that hotel. He's a big content creator. Today date is 14. I'm making this video on the 14th. So last 2 weeks, Friday from on the 14th. This was when this event happened. First of all, I met him online on Monday, which is on Monday before Friday. And I told him that I'm going through some problems. And I need money to sort out the family problem. I thought I was worried. And I told him that I know of a man. He has helped me a lot when I was in Asaba. But the man is not staying in Asaba. The man is staying in Abuja. But he wants to stick with me. But I can't go. And I texted him that I need his advice. And I tested him for that advice. So I will know if he will be able to give me any ideas, like advice or any ideas of how to make money or just advice. I just needed someone to talk to because I don't have a friend. I don't have any friend. I told him, he said I should not go. Even without me telling him. Yet I would have not still go to that Abuja because I've not been to Abuja once before. Secondly, I know I'm a virgin. That was why I told him. I just told him to just let the burden out of me. He said I should not go. That I should come to meet him in Asaba on Friday. He did not tell me that let me come, that let him sleep with me is going to give me the amount of money I want. No. He just told me, come to us. Can you come to us on Friday? I will help you. So we planned on Friday. I went to the park. He said I should get to the park and call him. I went there, he called me on video call to be sure I'm in the park. He sent me the transport fare to pay because I told him I don't have a dime. I went there. My parents was not away. My family members are away. I later told my sister, my twin sister, I'm going to Asaba. And I sent her the phone number and the man in case anything happened to me. I got there. I went to his shop. From there, he said he wants to go to the car wash. He went to the car wash, then he went to the hotel. In my mind, what is he doing in the hotel? I was like, okay, maybe that's where he normally stays. So even before we entered, they told me that this is where he normally lodge, normally stay most times. I said, okay. I was not scared. I didn't have it in mind that I would do anything of sex because he's a popular person and he would not want to try do rubbish because people might drag him online. That was where my mistake came from. I went inside, started saying stuff, he likes me, wants to be with me.
In handcuffs, is in pleading with family members of the deceased.
This is a very terrible mistake. I ready to give us everything. Thank you, my don't worry, please. How are you, sir? I know, these are sister now. These are twin sister.
Away from that sad incident, the fluctuating price of liquefied petroleum gas, popularly known as cooking gas, has become a growing concern for households and businesses across Asaba, the Delta State capital. In recent weeks, the price of cooking gas has gone up from 1,100 naira per kilogram to as high as 1,700 in some locations. The inconsistent pricing has left many consumers confused as there is no uniform cost despite purchasing the same product. Cynthia Adanaya completes the report.
Cooking gas remains one of the most widely used sources of energy in homes, restaurants, bakeries, and other businesses because of its convenience and cleaner burning property. However, residents say the frequent price fluctuations have made it difficult to plan their household budgets. Many say they are now resorting to alternative sources of energy, such as firewood and charcoal for cooking, despite the health and environmental risks associated with their use, especially at a time when the cost of living continues to rise.
Minimum wage is, I think, is 70,000. So when you buy gas of 1.5 or 1.3, how much are you receiving? They will talk about the house rent. So before you minus all those things, you will know that you don't have any money left out. Many people are using Shako, but I think it's not even advisable because everywhere is stinking because of the Shako stuff. So I just wish the gas will reduce 100%.
The price of the gas has to go down as much as possible to accommodate the lower class persons. At least, let's say 5, 6, 700, because there are people that cannot earn up to 5,000 in a day.
Gas retailers say the varying prices are beyond their control, explaining that they depend on the prices offered by suppliers and depot owners, as well as transportation costs and prevailing market conditions. Some respondents, particularly owners of gas plants, also maintain that the price of cooking gas is influenced by several factors, including product availability, foreign exchange fluctuations, transportation costs, and operating expenses.
Because of that the fight going on between Iraq and US, that's one of the cause of the fluctuation, because basically we from this side of the world, Nigeria in particular, we tend to, or the government tend to send our crude down to the other side, the other part of the world. So getting that refined crude, it take more resources. Trying to process and do every other stuff gets very difficult. Before, they buy 20 tons, around 18 million, but now you see 25, close to 30 million.
As residents continue to grapple with the fluctuating prices of cooking gas, many are calling for stronger collaboration between government agencies, suppliers, and marketers to help stabilize the market and make clean cooking energy more affordable and accessible. Reporting from Asaba, Cynthia Adanaya, Dott TV News.
Outside Delta, a gas-laden truck exploded on Tuesday night at an army checkpoint along the Abuja-Lokoja Federal Highway in Kogi State, killing at least 6 people. The explosion occurred near the Chikara Division and triggered an emergency response from the police, the Federal Road Safety Corps, and the Motor Traffic Division. According to an eyewitness, the truck carrying gas cylinders exploded as it approached the checkpoint, sparking a massive fire that engulfed 3 other trucks. The driver and motorboy of the gas truck, along with the drivers and motorboys of the affected trucks, were burnt to death, bringing the death toll to 6. To other stories, Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered the final forfeiture of more than 40 properties linked to former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. Judge Abdul Malik granted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's application after holding that the respondent failed to report the reasonable suspicion that the properties were acquired through unlawful activities. Before delivering the substantive judgment, the judge dismissed several applications, Motions and notice and applications to show cause are filed by Mr. Malami, his family members, and some companies linked to the properties, describing them as wanting in merit. She held that the issue before the court was not who owns the property, but how legitimate are the funds used to acquire the properties. According to the judge, the respondents had not dislodged the reasonable suspicion that the property was acquired by unlawful activities. The EFCC had instituted the civil forfeiture proceedings in January, seeking the permanent forfeiture of 57 properties valued at 212.8 billion naira, which it alleged were proceeds of unlawful activities linked to the AGF and minister. Coming up shortly on the news at 4. Moments of joy as Uganda discharges last Ebola patient. And as on the foreign scene, we also have sports news on coming after the break. Please stay with us.
In the heart of Asaba, where the street tells the stories every single day.
From the corridors of powers to the decisions shaping governance and politics in Delta and Nigeria.
From traders counting every naira to families battling rising costs and uncertain times.
From football pitches to sporting successes to the major developments making the headlines all over the world.
And from the untold human stories, the struggles, victories, resilience, and hope of the everyday Nigerians.
This is the news beyond the headlines. Dott TV News are your trusted window to stories that truly matter to the people. Here, we don't just report events, we tell the human stories behind them.
Thanks for still being there. Now to the rest of our stories. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has commended President Bola Tinubu for approving the design and procurement of two major highway projects, describing the move as a significant boost to infrastructural development in the southeast. In a post on his X account, Soludo said the project would strengthen road connectivity across Anambra, Kogi, Imo, and Abia State while improving links between the southeast, south, and north-central regions. The governor disclosed that he met with President Tinubu on July 1 to discuss critical infrastructure needs in the region. According to Soludo, the approved projects include the dualization of the 108-kilometer Otuocha-Anam Abaji Road linking Anambra and Kogi State, as well as the 150-kilometer Oba Newi Oga Ihube Okigwe Junction road connecting Anambra, Imo, and Abia State to the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Nentawe Yuwada, visited Senator Rufai Sani Hunger, the lone Nigeria Democratic Congress senator in Kano State, at his residence in Abuja on Wednesday night. According to the senator's media aide, Omaru Saminu May Adashi, the meeting was cordial and constructive, with both leaders exchanging views on issues of national importance. The visit has fueled speculation about Senator Hunger's next political move, especially coming at a time when he expressed reservations about what he called his ill treatment in the NDC. Once a staunch ally of former governor and the NDC vice presidential candidate Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and a prominent figure in the Kwankwasiya movement, Hunger has in recent days expressed dissatisfaction with his treatment in the party. The last patient being treated for Ebola in Uganda has been discharged from hospital, leaving the country with no active confirmed cases of the deadly disease. Dr. Chris Bayomusi described it as a moment of joy. The first case in this outbreak of the Bundabuyo species of the virus in Uganda was confirmed in May. The patient was a man who had traveled from neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo, the outbreak's epicenter, for medical treatment. The authorities there are battling to contain the spread, and the U.S. has extended travel restrictions on U.S. citizens who have been to Democratic Republic of Congo. For more news on the foreign scene, let's now join Priscilla Ifanyi.
Tehran has launched fresh attacks on U.S. military bases in neighboring Gulf states, while Washington continues to strike sites across Iran overnight. Tehran said it has struck targets in the region, including in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain, as the sixth day of renewed hostilities strained their preliminary deal to end the war. Meanwhile, the U.S. military said it inflicted a 6-hour wave of strikes in multiple locations to degrade Iran's ability to threaten innocent mariners in the Strait of Hormuz. The latest exchanges came after US President Donald Trump warned Iran it had better behave or face further military actions should Iran not return to the negotiation. On Tuesday, Trump threatened to target Iran's energy infrastructure if Tehran fails to return to talks. The U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has announced that military personnel aged 30 and older will undergo testing for testosterone deficiency as part of the annual health screenings. In a video posted on X captioned High T Department, Hegseth said he was authorizing the screening program for troops to ensure they have the right testosterone levels to operate at their absolute best. Troops with low testosterone levels will be offered voluntary hormone replacement therapy, with the T-test said to be optional for those younger than 30. Hegseth did not specify whether the screening would apply to women whose testosterone levels also decline as they age.
I'm authorizing a new screening program for testosterone deficiency for our service members, ensuring you have the right testosterone levels to operate at your absolute best.
Elsewhere, Sir Keir Starmer has said the U.S. cast iron support for Ukraine will continue as he makes a final trip to the country as Prime Minister. He will meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in the capital Kyiv later today ahead of Andy Burnham's installation as leader and Prime Minister. In comments ahead of his trip, Sir Keir Starmer said the fortitude of the Ukrainian people since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022 has preserved the security of Europe. Today is Sir Keir Starmer's last day as leader of the Labour Party, with Andy Burnham set to be declared leader on Friday, before meeting the King to be formally invited to form a new government as Prime Minister on Monday. 11 people have died in a fire at foster care facility in Algiers, Algeria's capital city. The country's Civil Protection Department said 19 others were injured in the blaze, which firefighters were still attempting to extinguish at about 6:50 local time on Thursday. Authorities did not specify the ages of those killed or injured. The Civil Protection Department statement said, amid the fire, 5 people with special needs were taken into care and transported to a safe location. Priscilla Ifanyi, Dott TV News.
Up next is Sports News with Anthony Uche.
Argentina's quest for a second World Cup in as many tournaments survived yet another scare as the South American champions came from a goal down to defeat England in Atlanta on Wednesday. The first half of the encounter was littered with 19 fouls and no notable chances created, but the game burst into life in the 55th minute when Anthony Gordon gave England the lead. Argentina, however, were inspired and turned the contest around when Enzo Fernandez struck a magnificent equalizer with 5 minutes left before Lautaro Martinez headed in a stoppage-time winner from Lionel Messi's cross. England's 60-year wait for success goes on as they now face France in the third-place playoffs on Saturday, while Argentina will attempt to retain their crown against Spain on Sunday in New Jersey. Argentina faced the prospect of disciplinary action from FIFA after their players celebrated the World Cup semi-final victory against England with a banner supporting their country's claims to the Falklands Islands. After the final whistle, Argentina players celebrated while holding a banner reading, Las Malvinas son Argentinas, which translates as the Falklands are Argentine. The Falkland Islands in the southwest Atlantic Ocean remains the subject of a sovereignty dispute between Britain and Argentina. Two nations went to war over the group of islands situated 300 miles off Argentina's east coast from April to June 1982. And in 2014, FIFA fined the Argentine Football Association £20,000 after its players held up a banner with the same image before a friendly against Slovenia. The world's football governing body said the gesture had breached rules on political action and team misconduct. Now to some domestic news, where the Super Falcons of Nigeria will face Ghana's Black Queens in a friendly match as part of their build-up to the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. With the fixtures set for Stade El Arabi Zaouli in Casablanca on Saturday, Justin Madugu's side opened camp in Casablanca on Monday as final preparations got underway ahead of the tournament. Still talking Nigerian football, Super Eagles marksman Victor Osimhen has revealed that he plans to return to school to pursue a degree in university once his football career comes to an end. The Galatasaray striker says earning a university degree will be a personal milestone and a message to young people that education is never out of reach, whatever their circumstances. From the sports desk, Anthony Uche for Dott TV News.
That's all we have for you on Dott TV News at 4. Thank you for your time. I am Chiamaka Ezapota.